Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely refreshing concept. Transforming your health? It actually doesn't require some miserable, restrictive overhaul. Instead, we're going to explore a curated list of 25 simple micro-habits. We'll see exactly how making just a few tiny, strategic swaps can reduce your chronic disease risk and strengthen that immune system, all without making you totally hate what's on your plate.
Look, we've all been there, right? You're staring helplessly at a restaurant menu or maybe wandering the grocery store aisles on an empty stomach, just feeling completely overwhelmed by these extreme diets that demand massive lifestyle changes. Trying to subtract absolutely everything you love from your daily routine all at once? Well, that's just a one-way ticket to frustration. So here's the real secret. Long-term success actually isn't about subtraction at all. Rather, it's about focusing on one single, manageable addition or swap at a time. The research tells us it's way more sustainable to just pick one thing, like, say, committing to eating more of your favorite fruit, instead of totally upending your entire life. It's really just about making your usual diet slightly healthier, day by day.
To keep things super simple, we've organized these tips into 3 easy categories for us today: rethinking your plate, smarter shopping and prep, and finally, power foods to add. All right, let's jump right into part 1, rethinking your plate, where we'll focus on mastering your portions and pacing. So a really fantastic micro-habit to start with is simply changing the order of the food you eat. It sounds crazy, but it works. By finishing your greens as a starter when you're at your absolute hungriest, you naturally just eat fewer of the less nutritious things later on. But here's the actual superpower of this habit. Eating your veggies before a carb-heavy meal literally slows down the speed at which those carbs absorb into your bloodstream. This is a huge win for your blood sugar control, which is especially incredible if you're managing something like diabetes. And hey, even when you're out and proudly ordering that healthy restaurant salad, just asking for the dressing on the side is a massive win. Why? Well, because a lot of the time, those salads are absolutely smothered in heavy dressings, making them pack even more calories than a standard burger. Seriously. By keeping that dressing on the side, you take back total control over those sneaky hidden calories and portion sizes. You know, we constantly beat ourselves up over a so-called lack of willpower. But the truth is, your feelings of fullness are actually run by a complex system of hormones. These chemical messengers are basically responsible for tapping your brain on the shoulder and saying, hey, we've had enough food down here. It's biology, not just willpower. But here's the catch. It takes a full 20 minutes for your brain to actually get that memo from your stomach. So if you're speed eating through your lunch, you're practically lapping your own hormones. Studies actually show that simply chewing your food more thoroughly and slowing down your pace gives your brain the time it desperately needs to realize you're full. This scientifically reduces the overall calories you consume without you even trying. Okay, moving right along to section 2, smarter shopping and prep. Let's talk about navigating the store and the kitchen. Heading to the grocery store while you're starving with absolutely no plan? Yeah, that's a guaranteed recipe for disaster. When you don't know exactly what you need, impulse buys completely take over, and your hunger will practically force you to toss the nearest low-nutrient snacks straight into your cart. So always write down what you need beforehand and actually stick to that list. It's going to save your health, and as an awesome bonus, it's definitely going to save your wallet too. Now, this next point perfectly highlights the danger of the whole diet food trap. We see labels like fat-free or low-calorie, and we naturally think we're making a healthy choice, right? But here's the thing. To make up for the lost flavor and texture when they strip the fat out, manufacturers often just pump those foods full of added sugar and other junk. Half the time, they end up with even more calories than the full-fat versions. Honestly, you are so much better off just skipping those deceptively labeled items entirely and going straight for whole foods like fresh fruits and veggies instead. Also, when you're cooking at home, which, by the way, inherently improves your diet right off the bat, how you prepare that food matters immensely. Leaning on gentler cooking methods like baking, poaching, or slow cooking actually helps you avoid some pretty nasty stuff. See, during really heavy grilling or deep frying, these potentially toxic compounds form, things with long names like advanced glycation end products and heterocyclic amines, which are linked to cancer and heart disease. Sticking to simmering, stewing, or baking literally stops those harmful compounds in their tracks.
And that brings us to our final category, section 3, power foods to add. Remember, we are focusing on addition here, not subtraction.
If there's only one thing you decide to add to your plate, make it protein. It's often called the king of nutrients for a reason. It is incredibly filling. Making sure to add a solid source of protein like dairy, nuts, eggs, beans, or lean meat to every single meal and snack is just a game changer. Not only does it help you hang on to crucial muscle mass as you get older, but it even gives a little boost to the number of calories your body naturally burns every day.
And the science completely backs this up. Let's look at exactly why protein leaves you feeling so satisfied. A 2018 study looking at individuals managing obesity found that eating high-protein meals actually decreased levels of ghrelin. Ghrelin is essentially the hunger hormone. It's the specific chemical that makes your stomach rumble. The high-protein meals dropped those levels significantly more than high-carb meals did. So protein is quite literally chemically shutting off your hunger cravings. How cool is that? So what's an easy way to get more of it? Well, a fantastic, super simple protein addition is plain Greek yogurt. Because the watery whey is strained out of it, it ends up with a completely different nutritional profile compared to regular, thinner yogurt. It's much thicker, packed with way more protein, and it's lower in carbs and lactose. It's going to keep you full for hours. Just be sure you're grabbing the plain, unflavored kind so you sidestep all those sneaky added sugars. Finally, as the last piece of our food puzzle, let's talk about how you kick off your morning. A 2020 study involving 50 people found that an egg-based breakfast works absolute wonders for managing what you eat the rest of the day. Eggs are totally loaded with high-quality protein and essential nutrients like choline. Because they spike your feelings of fullness so effectively right out of the gate, you end up naturally consuming fewer calories later on, especially compared to eating something like a bowl of cereal. So what's the grand takeaway from all of this? Real, sustainable health is absolutely not about miserable restriction. It's about empowering yourself with the right knowledge and making just one smart, simple choice at a time. Out of all the science-backed swaps we've explored in this explainer, what is the one tiny change you are going to challenge yourself to start today? Pick just one, own it, and just watch how it transforms your life.